Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. Today we are talking about TQL, Total Quality Logistics, based out of Ohio. They are one of the biggest brokers out there, and no one is indifferent towards them. Okay, it's a broker that everyone knows about, that everyone is talking about. And in one of my recent videos, when I was doing good and I just did a bad broker list before I recorded this video. That should be out soon too. But anyway, I mentioned that TQL for me is okay. I know some people have had a bad experience with them as far as the payments go and something related to the load, but mostly people don't like the way they do business, the way they do postings, and they call you all the time with unrelated loads to your posting. So let me talk about the bad sides about TQL first, and maybe, I mean, if they haven't changed their way of working until now, they're not gonna change it just because one of the dispatchers makes a video like this. But maybe they should just consider that, and I think it will work in their favor because they're not gaining anything with the way they're doing the business now. So what TQL does is they always post several postings. Let's say they have a load from Columbus, Ohio to Dallas, Texas, and then they would post another 3, 4, 5 postings similar to that, and they would just pick a city that's like 30 miles to Columbus, even sometimes 100 miles to Columbus. Like they would post a load out of Cleveland or somewhere nearby, like Delaware, Ohio, or Groveport, Ohio, and then they would post that load going to Arlington, Texas, Garland, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. But when you call them, this load actually goes from Columbus, Texas to Dallas, or even like if it picks up in one of those smaller cities, they would just post a nearby big city. That way, when you do a radius search for like 100 or 150 miles, you don't want, let's say you don't want to go over 100 miles, but this way, this might fall into the radius you're searching because the city they're posting it is probably closer to you, and then you will see that load, and maybe you will change your mind and still call them and book that load. And then another thing that they do is they would call you when they see a posting like that. They would call you for a load that's like 150 miles away, and that doesn't even go to that area where you specify that you want to go to. Let's say you post a truck going to Texas from Ohio, and then they would call you, say, hey, we have this load to Oklahoma or Louisiana. They're just trying to talk you into it, okay? And then people don't like that, and they would keep calling and keep calling you. And most people know their number that starts with 513, like the local number from Ohio. And most people will not answer. I had one dispatcher. He would just pick up the phone and put them on hold and just let them hold, and they would hold for like 5-10 minutes. I don't think that was cool, but he did that. I wouldn't do that, but it was like his way of getting back to them. That's the bad things that people don't like about TQL. Another thing that I don't like about TQL is also the way they do the rate confirmations. Some brokers do it that way, but they're the biggest, one of the big brokers that does that. I don't see another big broker that does that. Like when you book a load, they send you a rate confirmation with the rate and the basic information, but they don't provide you with the pickup number or even pickup address. They want you to first sign that rate confirmation, send it back to them, and then sometimes they want a driver to do macro point or driver to call them, or they don't want to give you the pickup information that same day or until the driver is empty, and that's also, there is no need for that, but they like to do things complicated. The thing is, especially when this is bad for you as a dispatcher, like you book a load for tomorrow, and you just sign and you're like, oh, okay, I got the load, but then you forget that you are supposed to get the second part of that with the load information, and then let's say it's like 5 o'clock, and they still haven't sent it to you because they forgot or they're waiting for something, and you don't have the load information for tomorrow, and driver has to pick it up early in the morning. So always ask them, like when you book a load with them, just ask them right away, follow up with an email, say, hey, can I get that? I signed your rate confirmation, can I get the pickup address and the pickup number? Now let's go to the good parts or better parts. TQL pays on time. Usually I have no issues. They just pay within like 3 or 4 weeks, and they have a load board where you can go and look for loads, and they have all their loads. There are a lot of loads on TQL load board, and you can they have information and call them. And the thing is, like with TQL also, they have these weird sometimes they post a 5-digit extension number, and sometimes they post a load ID. It's like 7 or 8 digits long, and depending what they post, that's how you, like when you call them, that's how you choose what to do next. And then usually they answer right away. There are no holding times. If you have an extension number, load ID, they usually answer right away, and they usually have the information right away. It's that person you need to talk to. They don't need to transfer it to anyone. They know the information. They give it to you right away. If you want to book it, you book it right away. And then usually everything's matches. Like when you get the rate confirmation, everything matches, the pickup cities, the rate. They don't lie about the pickup times. Like I said before, there are some bad people everywhere that would do things like that. But usually, in my experience, the appointments turn out to be the way they say it is, and then usually there are no problems at the pickup or delivery. Okay, so so basically, I would put it this way: it's hard to book a load with TQL because they have a lot of loads, and they will offer you a lot of loads that don't match what you have. Okay. And then you can just tell them, no, thank you. But if you see a load that you like and everything checks out, you call them, and then there's always that. It's funny, like you see a load posted, like I said before, from Columbus to Dallas, and you call them. They're like, I wonder where this is picking up. Like how far is this picking up from Columbus? Because they do that all the time. Okay. But it's probably within like 40, 50 miles. So it might even be working in your favor. And then I wonder, where is this delivering? Is it really delivering to Dallas? But once you got all those things, and then usually they allow negotiation. You can negotiate with them for load, and just give them the highest rate possible, and then they will negotiate with you, and then from that moment when you book the load, then you're usually fine. And I don't mind working with TQ like that. I just don't like the phone calls that they keep doing all the time with unrelated loads or for the trucks that clearly have been covered. Okay, so that's my take on TQL. In my eyes, they're okay. Thanks for watching. Come back for more. Like the video, not TQL, like the video. I know people have strong feelings about TQL, so this may not play well with everyone, but come back for more, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you around.